This week we have another outstanding corporate social responsibility project on focus. This one is from a corporate citizen which recognizes the dangers out in the streets and has chosen to do something about it.
Ford Philippines is committed to road safety, and for some 10 years now, they have been doing something about it. This year, their Driving Skills for Life project won the Platinum Award at the recent Driven to Serve project of the Society of Philippine Motoring Journalists, which recognizes the most outstanding CSR projects of the automotive companies in the Philippines. It would be interesting to know more about this road safety project from EJ Francisco, AVP for Communications of Ford Group Philippines.
Well, the road safety project that we entered is called Driving Skills for Life. So I'm sure a lot of people are very familiar already with the Driving Skills for Life, or what we call as our DSFL here at Ford. So we've been entering the SPMJ Driven to Serve Awards with the DSFL for quite a while now, and we are very, very fortunate and very happy to have been given the Platinum citation for a couple of years now for DSFL for the road safety category. So we're very excited to continue on with this project because we know that it's really making some great impact to the community. So ever since DSFL started in the Philippines 10 years ago, about more than 20,000 drivers have already benefited from the program. A lot of these drivers are actually private and public utility vehicle drivers. So those who drive their own cars and those who drive their own jeepneys and buses and taxis. So they've been a great beneficiary of the DSFL program ever since it started, and we hope to continue reaching out to more drivers nationwide.
This project is an advocacy of Ford, the global company. It was actually established in the U.S. in 2003 by Ford Motor Company, the Governor's Highway Safety Association, and a panel of safety experts. The project hopes to sustain driver awareness on traffic signs and regulations, road courtesy, and other topics.
So the DSFL is a globally recognized program by the United Nations. It's something that Ford implements across all of the markets, including the Philippines. So the DSFL actually has a lot of topics that is being covered year in and year out, and we continue to refresh the topics depending on what's relevant. So number one, there's a refresher on safe driving. So that includes a lot of tips and techniques on how to drive safely. We also talk about green driving or fuel efficient driving in the DSFL because of course, we want to be always make sure that we want to save some fuel and gas, diba, when it comes to driving. And of course, just recently in 2017, what we did was we also had a module on distracted driving, which is something new and relevant for the Philippines. So it involves how not to use your mobile phone while you're driving, because definitely that is something that is not safe, no, while you're driving on the road. Well, for as long as you're a driver, you're free to go. It's an offer that we have that we really extend to all drivers for free. No, you don't have to pay anything for as long as you think that you need some refresher on how to really drive safely. Then you can let us know. You can let us know if you want to participate, and we'll be very happy to have you in one of the DSFL sessions that we have.
To bring their message of safe driving to as many drivers as they can reach out to, Ford Philippines has partnered with Tuason Racing School.
Well, we have a partner in Tuason Racing School, or TRS. They are the official facilitators of the Driving Skills for Life, and they continue to undergo training globally with our global offices to make sure that the tips and the information practically that we share at the DSFL is something that is up to date and keeping up with the time, so to speak, with what's happening in the roads, in the Philippines. We don't have a formal partnership with the government, but the government continues to recognize our efforts to implement the DSFL. In fact, we have basically been able to partner particularly with the local government unit of Muntinlupa to bring the DSFL program to Muntinlupa drivers, PUV drivers, taxi drivers, and even bus drivers. So we hope to be able to really get into a lot of these collaboration with government and with the LGUs, especially in non-Metro Manila areas, because a lot of the drivers definitely are still there, based there in Luzon, in Visayas and Mindanao. So we hope to continue on with talking and collaborating with the local government units to bring the DSFL to their areas soon.
Here's JP Tuazon, Ford's instructor and facilitator.
Ford Driving Skills for Life program is a global program of Ford to teach people how to become better drivers on the road, safer drivers, and how to save fuel. Now, this program is a combination of classroom sessions and on-road driving. So the on-road driving sessions have 3 components. We basically teach people how to become more fuel efficient by taking the classroom theory and showing them how to do it in the actual vehicles.
The Driving Skills for Life marked its 10th year in 2017. And here are the highlights of this 10th anniversary.
Mahilig ako mag-text, mahilig akong magsakay ng anak ko sa harap. So siguro ngayon, ang laki ng pinagpagbabago na gagawin ko, hindi na ako magte-text, hindi na ako. Kasi sobrang delikado talaga pala ang mag-text.
Malaking tulong yon sa Uber driver, especially yung mga basic na natutunan namin kay Mr. Tuazon. Malaking bagay yun na may apply.
Since the beginning of DSFL in the Philippines, which is 10 years ago in 2008, we have been able to reach about 20,000 drivers, and in 2017, actually the highest in the DSFL history, we've reached over 3,000 drivers already. So we have close to about 24,000 drivers reached in the Philippines ever since DSFL started. So that has been something that we have done over the couple of years. And in terms of how far we've reached, we've done DSFL in 2017 in Davao, which is warmly accepted by drivers and even traffic regulators in Davao. We've been able to bring DSFL to Davao, and hopefully in 2018 we get to bring DSFL to more areas.
For 2017, the program has reached not only taxi drivers, but taxi operators as well, schools and universities, and has partnered with the local government unit of Muntinlupa where their corporate offices are. In the next 5 or 10 years, Ford Philippines hopes that they can reach out to even more drivers.
In the next 5 to 10 years, we still see DSFL as alive as a program here in the Philippines. In 2018, one of our plans is really to bring DSFL to more areas nationwide, to cover more areas in Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Because prior to 2017, it used to be just in Metro Manila and in schools. So we recognize that safe driving is not just extended to private drivers, but more so to public utility vehicle drivers, to jeepney drivers, bus drivers, and taxi drivers. Because usually when you go and read the news, the rampant cases of accidents and road safety issues are actually emanating from public utility vehicle drivers, and we recognize that they don't have that formal education when it comes to safe driving. They have not been sent to driving schools, So what we're trying to do here is to really formalize that education and make sure that whatever they learn in the morning session, they get to easily apply in the afternoon session. So that's what's also very important for DSFL, is to bring to life the practice, the learnings that you get from the classroom training. So it's not just a classroom training where you sit down for 2 hours and listen to the facilitator. After 2 hours, there's a lot of Q&A, you get to ask a lot of questions. You also get to practice driving, because that's what's also very important. After the classroom session, we open up to the participants, of course, driving Ford cars, on how they can practice safe driving instantly, and how they can bring to life the learnings that they have or that they had in the morning session. So that's what's really core. That's really a core element to DSFL, is to really make sure that whatever you learn, you get to practice instantly.
And there lies the core of their mission, to promote safe driving that one can practice and bring to life instantly. Enrolling in the program is easy.
Well, they can send us an email or they can send us a message on Facebook. We're always there on Facebook. And we'll be happy to assess whether, how many participants. Because syempre, we can't naman do like in an area just one participant there, diba? We have to make sure that the program really is able to reach out to a number of drivers. So the first thing that you can do is to send us a Facebook message to make sure that it reaches us, and we'll be happy to assess how we can bring the DSFL program to your area.
And here's EJ Francisco of Ford Group Philippines with their message to all Filipino drivers.
So to all the drivers watching us for this program, we are very excited to bring the DSFL program this year closest to you. Please let us know by sending us a Facebook message if you're really bent and interested to have DSFL in your area, and we'll be happy to assess whether it's something that we can go to this 2018. But we are very excited to bring the DSFL to a lot of drivers this year. We continue to bring the DSFL to more areas nationwide, and we hope to help the government and even the authorities to help raise awareness about the dangers of distracted driving. Hopefully, by the end of this year, we'll have more safe drivers on the road.
That was Ford Philippines CSR project on Focus this week, the driving skills for life.